Hello. Yeah. Good evening, everybody, and good morning or good afternoon for people who have joined, and if at all there are, in the non-IST time zone, right? So today we start with Connect series from IIMK Kochi batch, episode 3, right? And the theme of today's discussion is IT. With me, I have my batchmates and college mates. I will introduce first Pranav. Right. So Pranav works. Yeah. Right. So I have Pranav, who's a technical lead and who works out of TCS. He's part of the EPGP 06 batch. Surya, again from TCS, works as an IT analyst, part of EPGP 06 batch. Myself, Sebastian, I work with Infosys as a principal consultant, and I am with the EPGP 06 batch. Ajith N, he's a co-founder with DhiSigma. He's a co-founder of DhiSigma, and he is of the EPGP 07 batch. We have Rikabrata, who's a software systems engineer with TCS and with 07 batch. So I welcome you all to this session. That was a brief introduction of the people, of the panelists out here. I welcome you all, and we can get started. Over to you, Pranav.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Actually, my name is Pranav, and I'm working with Tata Consultancy Service for the past 7 years. And as my introduction, I would like to say my educational background is I'm a computer science graduate from Kerala University. Then moving to key roles, so that I'm currently working as a technical lead for a technical support team. So actually, what I do is like managing people, improving their competencies, ensure quality delivery within a SLA, and take ownership for the issues, and then incident management and problem management. So coming to the area of my expertise, it is like being part of a technical support team. My core competencies are analysis skills and problem solving, and technical competencies like Java, Node, and last presentation making actually. So my future professional goals is like to move in a management role in a data science related area. So I've been working quite a lot for that, and I don't have any hands-on experience in data science, but I believe I can move into that particular area in the coming period. So the next thing is expectation from IIMK EPGP batch. So the main expectation is to widen my canvas actually, and look at a problem or opportunity from a different angles as much as possible, and get the picture in its totality. So you will get more idea about the situation, and you can work towards it. That's the main thing I am looking from the this course. So actually coming to the industry community and NGOs, I have been working with market research and a client called Nielsen. They're into market research for a long time. And the last and upmost, it's hobbies. And my hobbies are like playing badminton and do it yourself stuff, and games, mostly on PC games, also board games. Then most time I will spend on researching on technical gadgets and automobiles. That's the things from my side actually.
Thanks, Pranav. Thanks for that quick intro. At least it gives a context of what you're looking for and where you're coming from. So the next one, I think, would be Surya. So Surya, if you can give a quick intro of yourself and go with the details.
Yeah, thank you, Sebastian. So, to give an introduction about me, hi, I'm Surya. So, I also come from TCS, and I work in the TCS for the past five and a half years. And my educational background as like it's engineering. So, I completed my engineering in electronics and communications stream in the year 2015, and TCS was my first company. And the key role I took up in TCS, the first role was like in the R&D department, where I did technical analysis and technical marketing as well. I got an opportunity to present our tools to various customers across various domains. And it's kind of a technical marketing and technical consulting was involved. Then my area of expertise mainly lies in
Okay, sorry about that. Looks like we have a technical glitch from at Surya's end. While he tries to fix that up, we will move on to the next person. That is myself. So I will quickly give a introduction about myself. I'm Sebastian. I am a bachelor's in computer science from Amrita Institute. I have about 18 years of experience. I am currently playing the role of program manager in Infosys. My area of expertise is delivery, whether it's project or from a program perspective. So planning and execution, right? My future professional goals would be to be able to have ownership of a P&L. So that is one part that I'm looking at. And as part of that, one of the areas or the reason why I joined IIM is also to broaden my perspectives, my knowledge levels. Being in IT, you get into a silo mode, and I wanted to look at other domains or other aspects of the curriculum. So yeah, that briefly also tells about the expectations from EPGP program. How can I help professionally? I would be able to go back and give you suggestions on how to plan well, how to execute the project, how to execute a program. Right, I have tons of years of dealing with the customer, experience dealing with the customers, and I can help you in give guidance in terms of how to navigate a difficult terrain and things like that. So that's one thing that I can do. As of now, I'm not much connected with any kind of industry or community or NGO associations. It's an outreach that needs to happen, and hopefully, soon that will also kickstart, because I'm starting to reach out to a couple of them. From the hobbies and other activities that I enjoy, well, I love to trek and travel. I'm also an amateur photographer. So I did take a break from work, and I was backpacking across 8 different countries for about 8 months. And then I've done a couple of treks in the Himalayas. And I also have a small photography website that I kind of, keep uploading my photographs from my travels and treks. So that's in short about me. I will go back to Surya and see if he's available. If not, yeah, Surya is available. So Surya, back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Seb, and apologies for that disconnect in the over the network. Yeah, to start off with, yeah, as I told you, even I work with Tata Consultancy Service for the past 5.5 years, and my educational background is engineering in electronics and communication, and I also did my MTech in computer science engineering. And first, the key role in organization I took was like an R&D department of TCS, which is called as Center of Excellence. And in that, I got an opportunity to do technical consulting, technical marketing as well for various clients. The expertise in that field was automation, pure automation testing using various open source automation tools. That was the one thing. My goal in organization I would like to achieve is like I want to elevate my role to a marketing role, like again like technical marketing on or digital marketing or kind of a pre-sales or HR. So these are the kinds of role I'm looking up forward in my organization down the line. And yeah, the help which I got and expectation from the IIM is like the same thing, how to improve the marketing skills or what are the strategies that can be laid while delivering your marketing things to the customers and how the consumer behavior is, and all those things. There's an expectation from the program, and I'm learning it very well as well. That is one a positive note that the program gave me. And I can help others professionally in, again, in testing out their products. I mean, especially the website, a website. I can help them in testing out and find the defects also. That is what I can, as a technical person, I can just help my other colleagues professionally in that way. I have not been involved in any NGOs or industry as of now. And my hobbies is like, I'm a marathon runner, and I've completed around 10 half marathons across Kochi and Coimbatore, and two full marathons in Kochi as well. And other activities like I do my blog writing with my fiance, and we both write blogs together. And we have a WordPress, the Yellow Pages, blog sites where we write common things about what we come across in life. So that is all about. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Surya. That was quite interesting. We've got a couple of runners, I think, in our batch or the EPGP, and there are also a couple of runners that I see in our alumni as well. So good to know, right? So with that, I move on to Ajith. Ajith, a quick intro. And before he starts us, let me also tell you that this is our second innings together in the same college. We are batchmates in engineering, though he was from a different stream and I was from a different stream. We are also lucky to have one more college mate in this program. When I say this program, in the IIM campus program, which is Pratyush. He's from EPGP 06. So we have three people who did their engineering together and now doing their MBA also together after so many years. So it's a nice feeling. So Ajith, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Sebastian. Yeah, so that the good part is that he mentioned about the Connect other than the college. So other than in IIM, so I studied basically an engineering in electronics and communication. I did not have any computer background. So from there, if you look at my educational background, after that, I went to work with Patni Computer Systems initially, and primarily my focus throughout my career was into data architecture, big database, big data warehouses, and analytics. And I moved to US, United States, around 2002, and I spent major part of my IT career in US with Accenture, and from there I moved to iGate Systems. And a better part of that career, I was a data architect at GE Healthcare in Milwaukee, where we were looking into a major portion of their data warehousing solutions. So from my expertise, primarily I was with a technical person more than a management person, with most of my skills and areas of focus being in data warehousing, analytics, and very large database designs, and tools like Teradata, and primarily into those areas. So from there, once I moved back to India, I spent a few years with UST Global as a principal consultant there. And a few of us in UST decided to form a different company, an IT company. And we started DhiSigma. DhiSigma is primarily a child of ours, like basically it's an IT product company. Always I had a vision that we need to have some kind of a product investment. The IT sector in India is very focused on services. So the few of my friends, we joined together and said, okay, let's start something related to primarily towards having some kind of a product solution. So we primarily do last mile delivery optimization solutions, SFA solutions. So our clients are primarily the FMCG sector companies like P&G, Reckitt Kaiser, Adani, Wilmar, even Coca-Cola. We recently had a project with them. So what we provide is we provide the last mile optimization solutions for them. So last mile, when I say last mile delivery, it is primarily the part in logistics where the goods from the distributor reaches the retailer. Okay, so from that solution, we have expanded to providing other solutions on top of it, like the SFA, Salesforce automation solutions, mobile-based order booking. So all those kept on adding, and we have a whole gambit of solutions which cater to multiple FMCG sectors. Okay, so rather than have the big names, also we work with the like we have a SaaS-based solution, software as a service solution, which primarily caters to even the smaller distributors, smaller manufacturers too. So, so basically, being an entrepreneur, my professional goal is to make this company a success, take it to the next level. One day, so that I have a product company similar to Zoho or something in India, another product of from Indian market, and further, what I would how to achieve the goals and what are the helps. Obviously, being a company, uh, it is not an individual's effort, right? Like it is needs a lot of effort, especially networking, getting leads, and getting a proper platform to launch the company. So that is where you see where we can where the IMK alumni network can help us. And before I joined EPGP, the one thing I felt that I was missing was that there's coming from an IT services platform and moving towards an product company and running a company. There were some gaps that I felt that I had in my armor, primarily how to get this company to the next level. So something which I'm looking forward from this IIMK EPGP program. Hopefully, I'll find those answers. And I think the course has been very helpful till this time. Other than the COVID part, we are missing those interactions and direct live sessions, but it has been very helpful till now. And with 20 years of IT experience, I think surely there are a lot of ways I can help people from the IT background, and you can they can come to me on any advices or any help from how to plan their career, even setting up companies or any IT product companies. What are the challenges? What are the legal or compliance frameworks you need to follow while setting up such companies and all those stuff. So that is something where I can professionally help to. And association with community, I work with a few of the NGOs. We do a lot of crowdsourcing and helping the people around. So we have a few network of friends where we try to crowdsource fund and help. Sebastian and has helped in many times too. So we try to help in. It's not very structured as such, but we have many groups which help. We do social service in those aspects, from hobbies and activities. I'm not very particular. Like if playing is a hobby, I love playing badminton. But otherwise, nothing as specific as such. I love spending my time with my family more. So that's it for me.
Yeah, thanks, Ajith. Thanks a lot. It was quite, a remarkable journey, right, from your career's perspective. So moving on, we have Rikabrata Apal. He's from 07. A quick intro. Rika, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Sebastian. About myself, I'm a computer science student. I did my MCA back in 2014 and I started my RT career with UST Global. That's when I came to Kerala. I'm from Kolkata. And the first role that I was in UST, that was a software developer. And after 3 years, when I left UST Global, around 4 years, so I was a senior software developer. And then I moved to TCS, and there I found myself a new calling for software testing. So currently I am with TCS. I'm doing as a quality assurance, and I'm working with UI testing, API testing. Mainly, what I found lacking in the software design was mainly the focus on the testing part, because when we work with the clients do not want to spend much time and money on quality assurance. And from my previous experiences, means on my last experience, we had really had to sit with the client and make them understand the value of quality testing uh, assurance, so that do not miss out on the money and the quality of the thing that TCS delivers. And then my future professional goals, like I joined IIMK Code just because I found myself, I need to broaden my skills and knowledge about mainly different walks of life. The value that peer-to-peer learning is available in the MBA curriculum on the EPGP is very much uh, important. And I was very much happy that I would have great peer interactions with different walks, like doctors and chartered accountants, that I would have never imagined that they would have even be having an idea of doing an MBA. So a good interaction with them also. And for any help I needed to achieve my goals, like I'm still about beginning my career. I'm just 5 years experience. So I'm hoping to further enhance my managerial skills. So I joined IIMK Code, as well as the technical skills along with it. And it can help professionally, like I'm into UI testing and API testing, and want to see more about like digital marketing or marketing sales or in the HR part. So anything that can be related to IT with the non-IT fields, so that transaction between IT and non-IT. So I'm really interested in that, so I can help with that and learn more about that. And like hobbies, like I mm, love watching movies, and also I'm a language learner. So other than learning computer science languages, and I have recently started learning Chinese. And also I love cooking, so I am into many groups where I can research and learn more about the cooking recipes all over the world, not just from India, and different cooking recipes and how it happens. So that's about me. So over to me, Sebastian. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thanks, Rika. So, well, with that being said, we will go to the next phase of the panel discussion, or where we will, each of the panelists will share some of their experiences, professional experiences, what helped them, what probably should be avoided, right? Or some experience that made a big impact on their career. So let me start with Pranav again. Pranav, if you could enlighten some of us with any significant thoughts or significant experiences that you had, and how that has helped you in your career, which can be leveraged for others as well. It'll help.
Yeah, thanks, Sebastian. Actually, I'm going to talk about teamwork now. I'm being part of a technical support team for the past 6.5 years, and I have started a career with a developer as a developer in Chennai with TCS only. And I was more interested in developing applications and end-to-end solutions. So, with the dream of coming to Kochi, with the dream of working in a more technical-oriented role, I placed in a support-based role from the beginning. So I didn't get a chance to move away from support team to a technical or a development team. So I started working with a support team, and the people in that team is very particular to resolve issues and maintain the SLAs and that kind of stuff. So here comes the importance of a teamwork. So we are working on a tight schedule. Like if there is a severity one issue or a priority one issue, we need to resolve the issues within the SLA. Most probably that will be in 4 hours, and we need to respond within 15 minutes. So this is some mission critical projects, like any impact, or if we fail to find a solution for the issue, the team will suffer. We have to pay penalty, and client also will suffer. That comes the story. So to work as a team to resolve an issue, this is very important. To work as a team to resolve an issue. Um, Actually, in a team, people are differently competent. Like some may be competent in the database technologies, some may be competent in the Java-based technologies, and some may be incompetent with analytical skills and problem solvings. And you may need to connect with the several teams to get a full picture. You need to know the business. You need to know the clients. That so bring all these people together and work towards a goal is it's a challenging one. So you need to build a good rapport with all your team members, along with other team members, all your stakeholders, clients. That is very important in this area, especially when you work with a SLA-based project. That's the important thing in a support perspective projects. So the next thing is finding opportunities for automations and avoid manual interventions. So this will bring more value to your project and keep manual errors down or less. Also, bringing automations into your project will free you will free more time to your associate. They can improve their competencies and work for something new. That's another important things. Like you need to keep learning for this building a new career actually. So you need to break from your comfort zone, and it's important to learn new things. So when you talk about learning new skills, actually, I'll tell my story. Actually, I came to Kochi with a dream to work in a development team, and I got stuck in the support team for several years. So I'm being comfortable with all my work, and I am pretty much competent in every area of my work, and I don't have any problems, and everything is going so well. But suddenly I realized, like, everyone is going ahead of me. Like they are improving their skills, they are achieving new competencies, and actually my peers and colleagues are moving ahead of me. So it's time to break your eggshells and come out of your comfort zone and start learn something new. So that way I joined this program, and to build a new network and build a new career path, and um, build a new future actually. So this is from the professional side. So it's important to build a powerful and a comfortable team to work with, and it's very important to make everyone everyone a valuable member of the team. It's very important to upbring everyone in your team. So that's it from my side actually. Thanks, Sebastian.
Hey, thanks, Pranav. So I think the key thing is learning and being able to get out of your complacency, right, or comfort zone, right? I think these are two things that you would emphasize, and basically understand the team strengths and leverage that. So that's really nice. Okay, so I would go down to Surya next. Surya, if you could, and there are a couple of questions coming in. There's one question for me, and there's a question for Ajith. So if you guys could look at the chat as well to look at the questions and be ready with it, it will help. So Surya, why don't you go ahead with your session?
Yeah, Thank you, Seb. So I just want to share my personal. So as I told you, out of my personal experience, TCS was the first MNC I joined after my college. So the first initial period, like yeah, it was a bit, it was a bit odd, the training phase, and when you join an R&D, you need to work on really well. As Pranav tell, the continual learning is what the organization expects from everyone, and especially in this digital era, like you have to be proactive, and you have to be well versed in multi-stream technology rather than in one technology alone. That is what is industry is demanding right now. So I would also like suggest to everyone, like don't miss out any opportunities, because it's first you understand your strengths and grab the opportunities very well. And one more thing, from the marketing side, especially technical marketing side, I understood that all the aspects are in Google, every customer just wants to get some value add out of you. Like what is the value add they're going to achieve from the service you're going to deliver them? That is what they'll be expecting. It's not like they don't know anything. Since everything is available over the internet platform, they also are aware, like, about their tools which are going to deliver them, or about the domain process, everything they really know. But they completely look for the out of box thinking, or what is the extreme value add you give to them. So that is what you're learning, your continual learning, and your teamwork, or the rapport with the team, your way of communicating the services, everything plays a vital role there. So I would say, like, being in any services industry, your communication plays a vital role. The way you treat your customers, the way you respond to their queries, that plays a vital role, is what first thing I felt, or I learned in my professional journey throughout, how vital it is. Even though if you are stuck up an issue, if you're able to communicate them in a very polite way and in a very understandable way, that will give them a very good projection and a positivity towards you as well. And since you are representing your organization, it will in turn give a positive aspect to your organization. So that was one thing. And second thing I noticed was how you improve your continual learning. So now, like, since I was in Kochi, I was able to explore this IIMK program. Like I actually came to know this through one of my colleagues. Like, she was also from EPGP 04 batch. She was also doing from IIM Kochi. So as an aspirant, even I wanted, my dream was to at least study one degree from IIT or IIM. That was my long term dream. And at the same time, I loved my job as well, so I didn't want to quit my job. So there was a dilemma at present. At that time, IIMK Kochi campus came into picture, and I came to know about the benefits through it. It's the same, like it's almost alike of the PGP program that is dealt in the regular campus. The teachers and the way they teach the lessons, or the process involved throughout the curriculum was moreover the same. And and another thing in IIM I learned was the connectivity which I got from across various batchmates. Let it be even like I got to know the joyful of travel and trekking from our own host Sebastian. Like, I understood the countries he visited, he used to give a lot of insights. So same way, each and every participants, they had a very good insights, and they were more experienced as well. Like, I got to learn a lot from them. I'm still learning a lot from everyone. That is one thing. So my perception and out of my professional experience, I just want to tell you one thing: be on top of, grab your opportunity, be on top of that. Do the continual learning, respect your team, respect the teamwork and your leaders. You get to learn a lot from your leaders, especially who are there on the practical field. Every day learn from them, look for the learning opportunity, because continual learning is what will achieve you great success in life. Thank you, Sebastian. That's it from my side.
Thanks, Surya. Thanks a lot. So you kind of being a marathon runner, you are kind of saying do the continuous learning so that it helps in the long-term perspective, right? That's nice. All right. So I think next is me. So I will kind of take a stab at that. Well, I started off my career with Satyam. I was there for about 9 years, and when Satyam collapsed, mine was the first project to go. We were renegotiating a deal with the customer the previous night, and the next day he said, "Let's call it closed." Right. And then I moved on to a small startup company. It's a product company because I wanted to actually go back and figure out what products side of it is and what is it to work from in a small company when compared to a large company. So the first 9 years of mine, I've been able to work with big customers, facing in customer facing roles, positions, being able to slowly look at from a technical standpoint and grow up the ladder to be a manager, right? So that way it has given me a wider expertise or a global expertise in terms of our experience, I would say. When I moved on to a product company, it was a conscious choice, as I said, because I was planning to move job, and then I was looking at what should be the next thing, and I said, what other opportunity than to understand the product aspect of it, and which is something what even Ajith was trying to tell earlier. So I joined a 100-member organization, which was into product development, and I got a completely different experience and learning there. Right? When I say different learning, we were working on constraints. With a large services company, you don't have a lot of constraints. But then in the small company where you're trying to make your market, you're trying to make yourself a mark with revenues and profits and trying to get onto the IT, I would say, bandwagon or industry and establish yourself, there are a lot of constraints placed on you. I'll give you an example. So we used to have weekly meetings with our CEO. And one of the constraints that he had come up is saying that, look, our volume of transaction is going to increase by 10%, but your infrastructure cost is not going to increase. In fact, the infrastructure cost, he is going to reduce the budget. Now you'll have to manage things. And for all you know, if I had not gone into that kind of a mode, or if I've not gone into that company where I would have to work with constraints, we would not have started thinking differently, right? So we then looked at how applications can be better performant. How can it be leaner, meaner, faster? What does data retention mean, right? Earlier, customers had data being set in for 7 years, 10 years. And we started now negotiating with the customer in terms of how long do you want to keep data, right? What is the contractual obligations? So learning number one is basically get out of your comfort zone again, from or broaden your horizon from working in different kinds of organizations, from a service, from a product to a startup. It will give you a lot of different experiences. A lot of us tend to be stuck where we are, especially from IT, because there is money there is on-site opportunities, there are multiple, but believe me, at the end of it, you need to have a balance of different experiences to be that will enrich your career, right, at some point of time. So my learning would be, one, more of your comfort zone, get as much as variety of experiences. And when I say variety of experiences, please don't take it saying that I'll work in an organization for 1 year and then move to another 1 year because there's money there. No. Or sometimes you have to wait, be there in a new organization, because there is a learning you get in when you are in an organization for about 6 years, 7 years, 10 years. You get into a comfort zone. There is a unlearning part that needs to happen for you to get gel to a new organization. So utilize that. The second experience that, and personally, from what I would say, is that as an IT, and I think Ajith also talked about it, as an IT professional, we tend to be so myopic on the IT industry and the technology and things like that, whereas we don't go back and broaden or understand about other aspects of an industry. It could be sales, it could be marketing, it could be finance, it could be operations, right? We don't understand, and we don't probably don't have much connect or much things to discuss with people of these organizations or these, I would say, functional areas. So broaden your skill set. Why? It would help when you grow or when you have meeting with customers, when you actually go back and want to start something on your own. It will help in being able to have a sane conversation, right? Or these learnings will can be applied anywhere else also. And personally for me, I felt that that was the most thing lacking, I would say, from my so many years in IT. I did not have any knowledge or anything about other functional areas in the industry. So I said, why not? And that was one of the reasons why I said, okay, why not do this course? So please do that. It's also important sometimes to take a break and reflect on where you want to go, right? Or what you want to do. And don't take a break because you are frustrated. No, take a break. And taking a break is not a solution, right? For everything. For example, when I took a break, it was a conscious decision. I said, I've working for so many years. I want to see where I want to, what to do with my career next, or what should be my next set of goals. So I just took a break, and I said, while I took a break, I also said, why not travel? So I traveled. That's one part. So take a break if you and introspect, right, to see what next. So these are findings, or these are lessons from my perspective that I see. And I would hand it over to Ajith next, if for some more insights.
Yeah, in continuation to what Sebastian had said, there are some aspects from the IT perspective, like over the years, right? Like if you look at how the assembly automation of an automobile industry happened, right? Like how it was a very manual process, and now it is very automated. You look at how when we started the career on how the industry was using the manpower and how where we are transforming into, you will see that many things are changing. Many of the solutions in the market are becoming like commodities which you can plug and play. You look like companies like the Salesforce and Zendesk or their service desk. Many companies are like you are basically, even the enterprise, big enterprises are moving to solutions like, even if you look at cloud as a service. So which was not something which where when we started a career. So what was happening is the workforce requirement is changing drastically, and from having worked in the service industry for quite some time, let me tell you, like it is like we are in a silo. Like we do not know. We are fed down what instructions are given from the client. A strategic thinking is missing on our side, which to some extent gets, if you are in an on-site position or something, to some degree you are involved in that, but still, if you step back and see like how much your thought drives the IT in a company. So after say X number of years, a position like a delivery manager, are you more like a people manager, or how much of your involvement is there in the strategy, in the IT planning part or of an company? That is something which I feel that most of our company, most of our resources lack, and which should be a long-term plan for each and every one of us. So that I'm just adding to what Sebastian said, and that is, I think, because we are at this position in our career where we are moving either to above middle management or more than that. So that is when we introspect and see that all the beginners or the startup or the we focused on going into that next role of TL or senior software engineer or something, but rather we should see like what skills you are adding, how you are contributing to that IT environment, where your what you say, the participation into the strategy and planning part can play in. Okay, and especially because you see that a lot of solutions are commoditized, and service. I am in another 5 years, it's not going to be the same landscape. How we are seeing it now. you will see a lot of middle management roles becoming redundant because the number of people required for managing is going to come down. So that is something which, as an IT, all the IT people should take in mind and reskill themselves to be not just on the technology part, information part also, being a holistic view on all the aspects of the information and technology part on it. Sebastian, thanks.
Thanks, Ajith. I think that added into what I said, and it helped a lot for the team. So I'll go to next, Rika. Rika, up to you.
Yeah, thank you, Seb. So as per my knowledge is right. So as Elon Musk said, 10 years down the line, 80% of our jobs, what we do in, so it will be redundant. So automation will take place. So unless and until we get more into the automatic strategies and how we implement, we know the different how to use the robotic functions, the automations. So we will be jobless basically. So we need to skill ourselves even from the non-IT backgrounds. We need to skill ourselves with a minimum of basic functionalities, how to utilize the technology. So previously, you see, there was no mobile, but now all the payments, get payments, and everything we are doing. Even what WhatsApp Pay is coming now. So we will be using automated functions to use daily works of life. So in that point, from my experience, I was a developer. When I was developer, uh, so we had to develop a UI model. At that point of time, our account manager came and told, see, don't think of yourself as working in a MNC company and doing a job. Think yourself as a startup and work uh, in, to focus in the automated parts, those which needs work. So we have to skill ourselves in majority of the functions, like not just one, JavaScript, or we'll be working on JavaScript for long, because maybe see after that TypeScript have come. You never know, a TypeScript will, like Angular, it will be gone for a few days. Now React is coming up very likely. So this is on the developing side. On the other hand, the testing part, like Selenium, you have everything, it can be worked on. But more than that, we need to more focus on how to integrate the Selenium things and API development things more into the technology. So those parts we have to skill up. Not just we know development, but we don't want to testing. But we know only the testing side. We don't want to see what are the fields or aspects working on the development side. So these are my learnings that I have acquired in my 5 to 6 years experience. Coming on to so after this I understand that I need to more about people grooming skills, because you need, at the end of the day, the technology that should be commanded, we need people and we need the right set of people. So they will be coming from the different walks of life. So we need the managerial skills. So once I was talking with the client and negotiating with the client, I felt I was lacking with the negotiation skills. But how will I project the UI screen or structure to the client? So that part, when I realized I was lacking, so this IIM EPGP course, it was a nice calling for me. So I joined the course, and I'm looking for different prospects like marketing, how to integrate the marketing into the automated sales or different structures. So like that, my learning goes. So my mm, talk to you about uh, focusing on more into not just walks of life, but more into IT. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Rika. So with that, I think we are coming up into a Q&A session. We have 10 more minutes. I think we are on time. And since it has been a long day for most of us, we wouldn't want to drag it anymore beyond than the allotted time. So there are a couple of questions, and Pranav, the first question was to you, right? And it's on your screen now. So if you can,
Yeah, thanks, Sebastian. Yeah, actually, coming to the data integrity part, it's becoming a challenge in the new way of working. Like, especially comes to ensuring the consistency or accuracy is an issue now. Also, there is an issue with new joiners as well. Some of them yet to see the office for the first time. So there is a less team bound. It's very difficult to bring them into your organizational culture about your data security practices and that kind of stuffs. It is very difficult, and the employees are no more under umbrella of an expensive organizational firewall or security system. So they are more prone to the security incidents like phishing or clickbaits or something. Also, your spouse may be working for your competitor, and that will arise another issues like data when it comes to data integrity. Also, you are working from home, and you may using your personal device along with your work device. So sometimes data may be misplaced, or you start communicating over WhatsApp. That comes under the security part actually. Even if you take a selfie in your room, that can cause a damage for your organizations. Like if you take a selfie and accidentally got your work assets photograph inside it, and when you post it on Instagram or any social media platforms, it will be a huge mistake. Like if some sensitive data can be exposed to the open world, um, and it will be a bit more challenging to take it back. So these are the issues that we are facing in when you come to the data integrity part. So to resolve these issues, peer review is one of the best idea. So before delivering the data, or if you especially working with data, peer review is a must actually. So before delivering the data, to ensure the consistency and accuracy, just review with your peers and make your team group active before delivering or working on an issue or working on a new product. And then come to the security part. Organization can deploy much more security and monitoring tool to the end devices, like log monitoring, application monitoring, RAM usage. That kind of steps can be monitored and ensures employees' capability to ensure the data integrity. And more often, the organizations can conduct security sessions and explaining real life incidents and after effects of particular issues. Also, we need to build a good team rapport within the team, and especially when it comes to the new members. This will help. If you are in doubt, you must not do it. That's actually what we are saying the organization. So if you do it unknowingly, that may cause severe damage to your client reputation, or may end up in revenue losses as well. So building a good rapport will help. And most importantly, it is employee awareness. That's the paramount. And creating an employee awareness is the key to ensure the data integrity. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thanks, Sebastian.
Yeah, thanks, Pranav. Thanks a lot. So the next question was to me, which is, can you provide some guidance on project on-time delivery and meeting timelines and communication to stakeholders? Okay. The first thing is to come up with a plan. Okay. And second is, as part of that, identify your risks. Identify what are the risks that is going to impact your critical path, right? Your delivery. Look at what risk mitigation measures can be done. Look at what risks we will have to absorb. Look at what risks you cannot handle. Third is communicate the plan and the risks along with the risk mitigation factors and what risks you cannot handle, or some risks the customers will be able to help for you, to your stakeholders. The stakeholders will be your employees, your managers, It could be even something to do with HR, depending on the risks that is available, right? If resourcing is a risk, then yes. And your customer as well. Keep them updated, walk them through the plan, walk them through the risks, have regular sessions in terms of how the risks is being managed, where are we on the current statuses. Let it be a joint action always, right? The good thing is that there will be a lot of people, the customers in most times will understand, the challenges that you're facing. They might be more than willing to come and help you in terms of how to solve some of those problems, because at the end of it, it is no more a customer and a vendor, right? If only if all of us together succeed, then will you be able to go back and unlock value. So engage the customer with these plans and risk mitigation factors. At a broader level, I would say these are things that will help. We will have to go on a case-to-case basis, because solutions will be different. But one of the key factors that I see, missing, and what I have figured out is the risks. Identify risks, see how you can manage the risks, engage with the customer and the stakeholders. So that's the question. The second question was about regarding gig workers, and do you engage gig workers in organization? And it was basically to Ajith, but between me and Ajith, I will try to cover some of it. I'll give you an example. I have a friend who's been into freelancing for about 5-6 years. Okay, he used to work in my team, and then he said he wants to do freelancing, so he moved into freelancing. It took about a year and a half for him to establish himself. Okay, so first thing is he looked at the profile, he set up a profile, he looked at what skill set he has. He's went and taken courses, training, to enhance his skill set and expertise, right? And initially, he went and looked at domestic projects to figure out to build a clientele, right? Sometimes he used to work on a very discounted rate as well, but not too discounted, because then you lose value, right? So you have to get in your value as well. The fourth thing is, as and when he built his profile, he also set up a website or a LinkedIn profile where he showcased his clientele, his journey, and then he slowly started getting projects from outside India. So it's a long journey. It takes about a couple of years to establish yourself to be able to demand premium pricing, right? At the end of it, you're being a skilled or a gig worker, not just for the flexibility and of being able to work when you want, what you want, but also to be able to get better opportunities and better costing. Now, one misconception about gig workers or being freelancers is that you will have your own capability or flexibility to work, and it is or you will have your own schedule to work on. It may not be true all the time, right? Because at the end of it, when you take a project, you have to go back and deliver on it. The second critical thing, is you should be able to go and get projects, right? It is not now. Earlier, somebody was giving projects for you. Now you also you have to go and scout for projects. You have to pitch yourself, get the projects in. So this part, a lot of people don't understand, and it takes time. So that's also one of the reasons why establishing yourself as a gig worker, as a freelancer, especially if a freelancer, takes time. So that's my thought around gig. And if anybody wants to add anything, please feel free to. Okay, so the next question is again to me in terms of managing and coordinating my tools. So I'll do the first thing is communication, right? there has to be a lot of communication, and it could be that you have online meetings, like what we have, use online tools for meetings. We have to communicate a lot more than what earlier was. I myself, I know I used to spend at least a couple of hours during customer meetings in the evenings, but now I have additional meetings where I meet with the teams also. Right. So sometimes my meeting starts by 9 in the morning, and then the customer meetings go until about 11. So that's one. The second is collaboration tools. And nowadays there's a lot of collaboration tools, right, that you can use if you want to have and so free source, open source tools as well. So for example, if you want to collaborate, you have Google Docs to collaborate. If you want to share project plans, and there is something called Open Project, right, which will allow you to you don't need to create you don't need to have MS projects. You can create that in open source, share the plan with the team. Tools like Jira, right, which will help you if you can, which will help you. So I think there are different types of collaboration tools, but the key is to um, have the right amount of communication, right? Whether it could be on a daily basis, multiple times, till you and the team is able to get to a cadence or understanding of each other, and from there you can start reducing your meetings. But then till that happens, you will have to kind of do a bit of hand holding and then enable the team and then move forward. Yeah, the next question is to Ajith.
Share some. Okay, so this is specifically from an entrepreneur perspective. Like, when you have a startup, one issue as a startup, till we establish one problem, is that the quality or the resources are like filtered out, and the people we are getting would be like in the uh, like not skill wise they're not bad or anything, but it would be very difficult. I have to interview at least around 300 or 400 people to select 2 or 3 people into my company. So, but what you see there is that one issue, or one aspect you see, is that uh, what the IT companies overlook is how the analytical and programmatical skills of a person needs to be evaluated. As I think there's a gap in how the interview happens nowadays. So what the team we get is like are primarily focused on very programming skills, and there are gaps in communication skills and everything. So, but now what we see is that so initially we had a big worry when it came to all work from home and all those things, how effectively we'd be able to perform. But our transition was very smooth. And we were so we have the proper checks and balances in place. How we monitor the work, how we have a project management team who does their monitoring, task allocation, and I think if the getting work done effectively, like there are many tools we use as a startup. We are into many automation, like we have Bitbucket, then the CI/CD is done through the Bitbucket. You have Slack, you have many other Bugsnag, various tools which we as a product company we use to bring in effectiveness, and some way the work is more efficient compared to a bigger company, because we are flexible, agile, lean. You have a good workforce, good connect between all these people. Communication has more clarity. All are mostly co-located or even local around here. So those issues, effectiveness is managed well. Yes, Sebastian.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Ajit. So I think the next question would be to Pranav, which is, yeah. Pranav, so the question is on your screen, and
Yeah, thanks, Sebastian. Yeah, answering to this question, actually, we are in the beginning phase of another industrial evolution, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, IoT, automation. Everything is coming into the picture. So it is very relevant to stay updated, because either you lead the change or keep a pace with the changes, or being thrown out of the industry. So that is the situation actually. So for to keep you updated, you just need to observe the industry and identify the hot and niche technologies, and then self-evaluate how far you are from the your desired niche technology or role. And then you need to start filling up the bridge. You need to fill the competency gaps using digital platforms like Udemy, LinkedIn Learnings, and Coursera. That is very important in this period right now. And take mentorship from the seniors and work towards the goals without losing your enthusiasm. So that's how I am at least managing my mid-career to stay relevant in the industry.
Right. Thanks, Pranav. I think that will apply for everybody as well to be able to stay relevant in the industry. The next question from Hari is to the panelist, right, to all of us, which says, what could be some affordable solutions consultancy you could be offering for startups? So, anybody wants to take a shot at this, Ajith or?
Just to understand the question, does he mean that like what we can offer, or it is
Yeah.
generally?
I think it is more of what we can offer, right?
Surely, like something which we can at least the from the experience of having a startup, something I can really help in mentoring other startups, especially IT related product startups. What are the issues, initial hiccups you face? What are the other scaling issues you face? So, to be very frank, like it is not an easy journey. Before you take that decision on starting a company of your own, like it should be very thought of. You should. It is a test match. It is not a 1 day or 2020. You might succeed. You might not succeed. So there are many aspects you look into. So and I'll be very frank. Like we had many products which failed in the market initially, and still there are some products which still we are not hit the market into the full force. So these are some learnings I can surely, as from my side, I can offer the complete mentoring on how you can have an IT infrastructure in place. What are the IT solutions you can offer? What are the from a non-IT company who's looking for? We can provide a layout on how the infrastructure should be. What are the tools? What are the various assessments? Security assessments. All those parts surely we can help on that part. Yeah, others can add. Sebastian, you want to add?
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, from my perspective, as I said, one of the consultancies that I could give is on strategy and execution, right? What works, what doesn't work, what are the risks that you see, what paths or what project would lead you to profitability or would lead you to you may be able to do the project, but it may not be financially viable, right? So these are some, and then I also do a lot of interviews to get people in. So I could help with identifying the right kind of skills, or setting up the process to identify the right kind of skills, setting up processes in the organization. So these are things that I could go back and execute, give some consultancies on. Anybody else who wants to take a look at it? Okay.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks. So I think we have 8 minutes over the time. So the next question is to Rico and Surya.
Yeah, so the question is like, has gone complete automation stage? I would say it's going on, like down the when I was a core automation. I was into core automation testing and consulting when I joined the organization as well. But 5 years before, if we could achieve a 60% of automation, that was really a great achievement. But nowadays it's evolving. Artificial intelligence and machine learning is bringing more robust tools that is helping us to give an output of 100% automation. That's what is industry is driving about, but it has not reached that stage. It is going on. The process is still on. And now from 60% automatability, I have seen like around 75% to 80% automatability has been achieved now. Down the line in another, I would see a roadmap of another 3 to 4 years. I feel that it can go completely automation, because the tools are getting robust and it is getting more and more they're bringing more and more value adds to each tools. And not only one testing capability in our tool come now of a particular tool is, if you see from any commercialized tool, they come with lot of abilities. They come with multi-testing platforms and multi-cloud support as well, like with the booming of cloud testing and artificial intelligence, again machine learning, data science, everything is being combined now to give you a very sophisticated packages that can make automation to go 100%. But still now, in all the projects I have worked around 30, I've consulted around 38 projects in my almost 5-year journey. I have never seen a complete 100% automation till now. I've seen around up to 85% is a max I have seen. That to 85% I've seen only recently in just past 6 months or so, or in the past year. But to be frank, there is no 100% automation achieved right now, but soon we will achieve that.
Okay, thanks. All right, the next question was to me. I think, yeah, how are you planning your career post MK? Yeah, so there are a couple of ideas that we're working on. If things work, then I would like to move on to take up those ideas and execute them, Shankar. So that's all that I can say for now. Yeah, but this we'll see. The last question that we have is to Ajith. It says, "Do your product?" Yeah, Ajith, this is.
No, it is more like a transportation problem issue, similar to what we're doing in OR classes. Little more advanced because we have a lot more constraints, and the volume is also high. So if I give you an example, like we have 3,000 Cochin. In Kochi, we did an automation, last mile delivery optimization for a PNG distributor here, and they have somewhere around 3,000 retailers where they cater to. So, and we have to come up with the vehicle volume, the order volume. So the constraints and parameters are much more complex. So we do a lot of TSP, genetic algorithm, a lot of network-related problems, analysis problems in our solution. So it is part of, we have not incorporated AI yet. So we have some kind of a learning where we try to map the vehicles to the same, the orders to the same vehicle. So this, so that there's some learning in the system, which basically tries to make sure that the same store is hit by the same vehicle, but not extensively into AI. So that is the next phase of our product, where we, even from a selling perspective, the SFA, we want to include some recommendation engines.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Ajith. All right. So, are there any questions that between us that you guys want to talk about? Are there any topics that needs to be discussed? Okay, so I
just had a question, Sebastian. So you worked in a product company and in Infosys and something, right?
Right.
So from a product, from the process maturity perspective, do you see that the startup had issues because of not having proper processes, or like were they mature enough to your current role compared to your current role?
So I would say, Ajith, we work on these companies work on different scales, right? And different customers, or the scale of the deal is different, right? So in the startup that I was working on, I was there for about 6 years, and over 6 years we brought in new policies, we brought in new processes, we looked at what worked last year doesn't work this year, what worked 3 months back doesn't work now. So we went back and changed engineering processes, we went back and brought in more maturity. But if you look at IT or the services, large scale IT industry, a lot of processes are already well established, right? Only when the industry transforms, for example, if you look at now, over the last couple of years, the industry has been transforming to an agile mode, and because of the transformation, there are policies and processes being changed, adopted in the organization. So I think between and what I've also seen is the startups, as the case is, they react or respond quickly. They are able to make changes, improve processes. They have more flexibility around that. So yeah, that's what I see. These are scaling at. We're talking about two different scales of engagement. Deals are larger. Customers are quite different. What to give to the customers in terms of the solutions offerings are quite different. So I hope that answered some part of your question at least.
Sure. Yes. Yes, Sebastian.
Yeah.
Makes
Thanks.
sense.
Thanks, Ajith. Okay, so there was one question which is automation is the mantra everywhere. Look, let's understand one thing, okay? At the end of it, everybody wants to make money. Okay, everybody wants profit, and everybody wants, including you and me, wants to get things at the most cheapest cost. You look for deals, mobile phones, everything. And on the other hand, you have employee costs, HR costs, infrastructure costs going up. So there are going to be always measures that is going to be taken to improve efficiency so that you can get the best out of a single dollar that is being sent. So automation will be here to stay. Automation will improve. Automation will become a new skill, and it is going to be, or it is rather the next big thing. I'll give you examples. Smart bots, right? Today, if you go to customers' websites or company websites, people trying to talk on the chat. It's earlier you had to call somebody or you had to wait for someone to go back and do chats. If you look at your Amazon app, right? Customer service, the first set of customer service is smart bots, automation, right? And only after that you get to the next level. The first, I would say, so automation is here to stay. It is something that will go back and be one of the key factors, especially around customer services, especially around probably CI/CD testing, wherever you can bring in efficiencies. That is where automation will be.
I think there should not be any skepticism around automating stuff, right? It's something which we should be welcoming, and so that at least whatever can be automated, and whatever the focus on the skills should be on something which that is mature to the next level. So even if you look back, like on the transition on how the programming and everything matured. So you had steps where assembly improved to various languages coming in, and then you had all those are it's a similar transformation that is going on. So I think the industry should never be skeptical about this. If you look at how the workforce also increased, right? I don't think we saw any retrenchment in the IT industry even during these COVID times, right? And it is growing. So it is something which we should in IT, it is going to part and parcel of all the industry now. Like I was reading somewhere that the automation car, the car automation requires some 1 billion lines of code. So that is 1 billion opportunities to make money right there. It's not going to be IT as such. Automation is not something which we should be very skeptical about. It is going to come in. All the low-hanging fruits will be automated. All companies are going to focus there. And this is surely going to happen.
Yeah. And the way to be there is upskill yourself, right? Stay relevant by upskilling. Be there in the automation space. That's how we look at it. And basically, let's also look at it from this ways. You have to create value. Take out the mundane tasks and focus on where you can create more value. Yep. I think one key thing that I wanted to also, I know we are already over time, but I think there was one question that was asked to me earlier off the record was how has the industry landscape changed during the COVID and post-COVID time. And I think I've looked at it from four different angles. Okay, one is from a technology standpoint, trend standpoint. It is more of digitization, moving to cloud, data, security, fintech, right? Digital education. So digitization is one thing. The second big change from a workforce standpoint is you now have the ability to go back and hire the right kind of people from across any place in the world. Location is no more a constraint now. Earlier, you would want to go back and look at location, saying that we need somebody who can work from my office. Now, with everybody working remote, getting the right kind of people from any part of the world is one part. Second is digital skills and upskilling, right? This is one part that I would say has changed from a workforce standpoint, or will change from a workforce standpoint. And it is now all the more important for us to be able to communicate clearly and collaborate. So I think these from a technology trend standpoint, from a workforce standpoint, from an operation standpoint, what I see is the ability to work remote, work from home, and be able to, if needed, and this will also involve enabling people to work from home, right? Laptops, data security things, remote connectivities, and things like that. So this is the part. The other interesting thing that I've seen in the industry is cash-rich companies survive, right? And for multiple reasons. One, there are customers who are not probably able to pay, or were not able to go back and they're asking for deferred payments, right? Over a period of 3 months, 6 months. And only companies that had cash, that had bank balance, were able to go back and offer those services. So while companies are also making building projects, investing in infrastructure, investing in the next generation of or the next set of technology tools, and trying to get customers, it will be prudent enough to also look at the cash flow and see how you can keep a certain amount of contingency cash for contingency purposes. That's one thing. The other is invest in BCP, business continuity planning. For most of us don't take BCP, the way it should be. Saying, yeah, you are investing every year probably 1 lakh into something that you say is not going to happen. I'll go back and ask you another question. Why do you take insurance, right? Insurance is something that you you pay for, wishing that you should never be able to go back and use it. Right, health insurance, or it's the same case with BCP. So companies having BCP have been able to survive these kind of industry or these kind of I would say COVID times or changes. Yeah, so I think from my perspective, this was one question that was asked offline, and I thought I'll bring this about on how this industry is changing over time, over the COVID things. So I think that's all that we had, and probably we are already 25 minutes beyond time. Eldos, yes. Personally, I would say this is one of the things that I want to do always, right? As a kid, I had subscriptions to National Geographic thanks to my uncles in the US, and I was always reading these books. And then I also remember about in the 5th standard, 6th standard, there was a geography book which actually ignited my my feeling to go around and travel and see the world. On a personal level, I would say it has made me realize that given enough amount of planning and by taking some risks, you can achieve certain things that you would rather not have thought of doing things, right? That is one. Second is, it has also broadened my perspective about the culture, about there's a hard and fast. When we talk to people or when we are in siloed, we will look at this is the right thing always, right? Or this is only the best thing to do. But when you go back and travel and meet people, you will always say what is right for or what is wrong for you could be right for them, because of the geography, because of the way of life there, because of the culture there, because of how their history and things like that. So we have to broaden our horizons. We have to open up our thoughts, and there is also a sense of humility, right? When you are always working and you kind of start getting comfortable around your position, your job, and things like that. When you start traveling and meet people and see the reality of their lives, right? How difficult it is for them, right? We also start to empathize more, right? And I think empathy is one thing that can help everybody. So with that, I think, Aldo, these were a couple of things that came to my mind, or my learnings from my journey, and I think that's the best that I can offer for now. All right. Okay. So I think we are already 26 minutes past the time, and so I know it's been a long day for all of us. And thank you for all the panelists, as well as all our viewers here, and to Deepak and Shankar and I think it was Divya, right? For people who work behind the scenes, to be able to make this another successful item. I hope whatever conversations we had here is of some use, if not everything, but at least some of it would be helpful for our fellow beings. So with that, thank you for another successful, this Connect session. Good night, everyone. And yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, sir.